Does your girlfriend or wife withhold love, physical touch, hugs, kisses, intimacy? Does every difference of opinion, misstep, or mistake result in you not seeing your girl or her removing her presence completely? Does she claim exhaustion, not feeling well, tired from work? Are these the kind of things that come up immediately following some sort of difference of opinion, some sort of disagreement, some sort of thing she just doesn't like? Is this the kind of stuff that's happening often? Is this ringing a bell as I'm saying this? Tribe, this is toxic, manipulative behavior and a sure sign that you need to exit this relationship. No amount of explaining to her what she's doing or presenting your argument of why this is unhealthy is going to change that behavior. Counseling, therapy, you've got to be kidding me. You're going to waste your life trying to assist with this. Don't adopt someone else's problems. Could she get help with therapy? Yeah, it's going to be a long road. You're in this situation because you ignored a bunch of red flags. She didn't suddenly become like this. She showed you signs, was controlling you in different ways before that. I can only see you at these times on these days. I can only see you for this amount of time. You can't come over to my place, Monday through Friday. You can't do this. You can't do that. She's setting rules, control issues and something. They show their side. Have you been to her apartment? Does she line up stuff in the refrigerator in strange little rows? Is there not a drop of dust anywhere? It's nice to be clean, but then there's other things. Is there absolutely nothing on the walls? There are other signs that stuff's going on, and this is a controlling type of a person. Manipulation rears its ugly head. You'll feel it in your body. Don't ignore those things just because you're happy to be with someone. Because in the end, after you become emotionally attached, but it's going to be harder to remove yourself. Someone who is manipulating you, punishing you, withdrawing from you, they're not going to be able to see their behavior and what they're doing is wrong. They're going to blame you. It's your fault. It's because of something you did. The other sign will be they're never going to take responsibility for stuff. You'll see it's an impenetrable wall. People who are manipulative like this or use intimacy as a weapon instead of what it really is. It is an expression of love. They will be unable to see the abusive nature of what they're doing. Intimacy, love, affection, even her presence with you. It should never be weaponized as a tool of manipulation and controlling someone. These are expressions of love. They're healthy. If someone's using these things in an unhealthy way, this is something you're just going to need to face. Tribe, a woman who's doing these things, she doesn't love you. Her ability to love in a healthy way is just not there. That's not something I'd recommend you tackle. That's a huge, huge problem. She doesn't really love you. She loves the control she can exert over you. Incredible as it seems, that control and that ability to manipulate you is more important to that person than tenderness, love, affection, holding hands, hugging someone. That manipulation and toxicity, it wins out. Your love and respect for each other should transcend temporary issues. If you're a mature adult, all these little things that come up, these are temporary. Love is up here. It's the overriding power of the relationship. This should always be a constant up here. That's why forgiveness between mature adults should be quick to come. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone's going to have a difference of opinion. Not everyone's going to do things imperfectly. This is human nature. Withdrawing love, withdrawing affection, withdrawing all those wonderful things because of these temporary things and using them as a weapon against you. How does that sound? You're listening to me now. You're having these thoughts pop up in your head. You're remembering past relationships. You may be thinking about what's going on now. Yeah, it doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right. If you have to watch your step around your girlfriend or wife, you've made a bad decision. You're screwed. Yeah, we got to be kind to each other. We got to look out for each other. We should be sweet to each other. If we got to tiptoe around out of the, oh, they're in the mood, they're in the thing, I got to watch myself. It's completely unhealthy. You've ignored red flags. You've made concessions, many, many concessions. And now you're stuck in a terrible situation. Right now, you're going around in a circle, right? This is ringing true to you. You're going around in the circle. You get a little bit of good and affection comes back, and then it's taken away. A little bit of affection, and then you did, oh, it's going to be good now. No, it's not going to be good. Okay. She seems in a good mood. Now she's not. You're a slave to this toxic rhythm, and you know it. You made concessions, and slowly you got used to it. Your life is precious. This is not something you should get used to. Get used to love and affection. Get used to someone treating you right. If you have children, the kids know something's wrong with mommy and daddy, and you're showing them every day what a terrible relationship looks like. We stay together, for the kids, so they can watch that. Yeah, it's not funny. So they can watch that and see that and feel that tension in themselves every day. That mommy and daddy's relationship is terrible. This is how relationships are. No, you have to suck it up and you have to make a decision that's going to be good for everybody. And staying in a toxic relationship where your kids have to watch you being manipulated every week like that is just devastating to everybody. If you're dating someone and you're paying for dates and you're driving around, you're treating her great, finding fun things to do, and she's dripping the intimacy, and she's controlling when and where and how long you can get together, and you want to stop by her house and say hello to her and kiss her goodnight, and she's saying no, and she's half the things everything's no, and has to be done her way. You got to think that through. Is she punishing you for any wrong moves? You got to get yourself back on the dating market before you get emotionally attached to something like that, because it's only going to get worse. I've heard it said many times. If the woman is right for you, she'll open doors for you, meaning she's going to make things easy for you. Is she making it easy to get together? Is she making it easy to go out? Is she making it easy to share affection? Is she making these things easy? When you have a disagreement, is she easygoing? Does she allow for resolution to take place? Or does she carry it with her forever and bring it up to wound you whenever she has another disagreement? It's not always easy, but you need to be honest with yourself. Is she making things easy for you? Is she difficult? Think back into your past relationships. You will recognize that every one that was difficult in that first 3 weeks, it was difficult for after those 3 weeks. It never got good after that. Pay attention to those first couple of weeks you're dating someone. That's pretty much what you're getting. Is she making things easy for you, or is she making it hard? Are there constant misunderstandings? Because those will not stop. Those will not stop. If you're having trouble communicating in that first month, that will go on for eternity. The eternity of that relationship. Compatibility is so important. This controlling behavior will show itself while you're dating in so many different ways. Maybe you're having a disagreement and she'll try to dictate how you're going to resolve that. I won't come and see you to talk it through. We'll have to talk on the phone. And then when you talk on the phone, she's cutting you off while you're trying to talk to her. And then she's yelling at you and cutting you off and yelling at you. She's spending the whole time thinking of what she's going to say next. She's not really listening to you. She's kind of almost waiting till you're done. As soon as you're almost done with that, she's, but you did this and you did that. But I wouldn't be like that if it's always, she's not really listening to you. She's just waiting for her turn to talk, and maybe not even waiting. Is this ringing a bell? Yeah, I can't come over and talk. I'm not going to do that until we resolve this issue. And then there's always an issue. There's always another reason why you can't get together. You're not physically present with each other. She's removing that intimacy. She's removing that physical touch, that physical presence, the hugging, the kissing, and all that other stuff. You can't do that until you obey me. And it's always something new. There's always another thing to resolve. And you think, all right, we'll resolve this and we'll go back to normal. There will be normal. The the normal will be this up and down and this constant manipulation and this constant withdrawal, this constant you don't get affection. That's what you're setting yourself up for. Or that maybe you do get together and she'll say something like this: I'm just too exhausted from this. I don't want to talk about this today. I just want to relax. And you go and you spend a lot of money on taking her out to dinner, trying to smooth things over, and she won't talk about it. So you don't say anything. Okay, I'm going to a bay. And then the next day she's calling you, yelling at you because you didn't talk about it, and you didn't. There's no resolution, and you should have known that she wanted to talk about it. Oh, but you said, "Don't. We're not going to talk about it." Yeah, you're being controlled. You're being manipulated. You're being pushed around, and she won't recognize that. If you try to point that out to her, and say, you told me not to talk about it. You should have known. That's what you're stuck with. No amount of explaining will ever sway a person who's like that. No amount of patience and kindness and presenting a cohesive argument will ever change what's happening with that person. She's manipulating, she's controlling, she's withdrawing, she's dictating every move of the relationship. It's not really, is it our domain to figure out why she's like that or what's going on? It could be a number of things. It could be what's happened in her house while she was growing up. Maybe she witnessed her mom manipulating the crap out of her beta male father, and she just thought that was normal. That's how women are supposed to operate in a relationship. Withdraw, punish, withhold. She may have been taught those things. And that kind of training, you just have to extricate yourself from a situation like that. A woman who's in love with you, she wants to see you. That's going to be the overriding feeling. There'll be passion there. She'll want to see you. She'll want you to be with her family and friends, no matter what temporary thing is going on. She loves you. She wants you around. She's not going to be going away every time you do something wrong. Or I'm not coming home because you said you have a different opinion than me. Or we can't get together this weekend because I don't agree with this thing you did. A woman who really loves you is not going to be doing these things. Sure, you're going to have temporary disagreements, and everyone's not going to be perfect. But when a woman truly loves you, it's not going to be like this. You have to look out for yourself, and you have to ask yourself, why am I putting up with this? What is it about me that I'm finding this acceptable? Why do I keep going through this? Why am I stuck in this little hamster wheel going round and round, eating little pellets of food and crumbs, waiting for her to give me just a sip of water? Why am I doing that? Where's my self-respect as a man? Where did it go? You slowly let go of that with all your concessions and trying to make the relationship work. You got your toolbox out and tried to fix everything. These are simple problems. I should be able to fix these. Yes, I should be able to. No. We've all made that mistake, my brothers. You're not able to fix that. You got to put that toolbox away. Save it for when the plumbing breaks. Relationship, her issues and problems that she's bringing to it, your toolbox, there's no tool in there that can fix that. No matter how simple it looks. I'll just fix this and we'll be happy. We'll be happy forever. No. Millions of men from the beginning of time have made this mistake. You can't. You got to find a better quality person to be with. Tribe, I hear about these couples who forgo real intimacy for weeks, even a full month. They're not having relations. Married, a couple, whatever it is. Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, I hear about that. I can't imagine. I've never had something like that, but I can't imagine that. What could be better than that? What could be better than, holding your woman's hand and having relations? Yeah. Oh, I got busy at work. I'm just exhausted lately. Really? Busy at work? You can't do that? You got to be kidding me. There's nothing better. What better feeling is there? You got to make, Oh, we got to make time for it. We got to have a date night. You got to make time for that? You have no passion. You're in the moment. Hey, I got, I got 10 minutes. Let's, whatever it is, if you're that busy, you got to be kidding me. I can't think of a better feeling. And then when you love someone, sharing that with someone. You got to make time. You got to go to therapy. You got to figure it out, how to make that happen. Really? You got to figure out how to move on. That's not working. Could there be a stronger signal that your relationship isn't working? That you don't want to do one of the greatest things to ever exist in the history of history? You don't want to do that. You can't find time for that. It just hasn't been happening. We got busy the past couple of weeks. Really? Come on. That's ridiculous. Go to the doctor. If there's a physical problem, figure that out. But if there is no physical problem, oh my God, please. Life is short. It's precious. Is there something better than hugging, kissing, holding hands, knocking boots? I'll tell you the answer. No. It's the greatest. This stuff should be happening every day. Intimacy should be happening. It's just, why not every day? At least 4 to 6 times a week. Really. This rejuvenates you. This promotes closeness and love. It makes your relationship and marriage stronger. If you don't have this, it's all deteriorating. All those excuses, all those good reasons, it's all a bunch of crap. You're just rationalizing, and delaying the inevitable. It's all a bunch of crap. Don't write in the comments that I'm crazy and people get tired, people get busy and all those stuff. It's a bunch of bunk. You're just not facing the truth of what's going on. And when you finally do, you'll realize, hey, John was right in that video. I shouldn't have wrote in the comments that he was crazy. And it makes sense going a week or 2 and 3 and 4, not being intimate in my primary relationship. It doesn't make sense. I don't know where you got that. It doesn't. So tribe, don't settle for this manipulative, withholding, this toxicity. If you recognize any of the things I've brought up in this video as yourself, you got to make the move. Count on your friends and family for support. They notice what's going on. Share your experience in the comments with the tribe. I know it's not easy ending a relationship. We all struggle with that. But you need to decide what's the most important thing in your life. And really, that's your life. Everybody around you, all their happiness and everything stems from how you feel about yourself and your own personal happiness. If you need counseling to get over this and to help you, take it. I'm here for you as well. You can reach out to me at my email address through my YouTube page. If you got something out of this video, go ahead and subscribe. Thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the bell for notifications. Reach out if you need me. And we'll see you in the next video.